Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and today we are going to show you an awesome alternative to a Ranger craft mat. I am so excited about this product. Now, this product was not provided by anybody. I actually discovered it accidentally because this is my Ranger craft mat and I love my Ranger craft mat. It is so awesome, but you can see that I use it so much that it's kind of worn out. It looks pretty shabby. In fact, I even cut it on accident with a trimmer. So you can see I have a little hole there as well. So the problem with that is this mat is looking pretty shabby. It's not really, it leaks now because of that cut. And you know, it's a perfect time to maybe replace it. So I went to Amazon and decided that I would try something a little bit different. Normally, the one that I have been recommended as an alternative to this craft mat looks like this. It's bigger and you can feel actually there's quite a bit of texture in here, and it wipes off really nicely, and it wrinkles really a lot of wrinkly marks on here, but it really works very well as an alternative to this craft mat. So I've been recommending this for a while. However, as of today, I am now recommending a new product, and so I thought what we would do is just kind of test them side by side. We'll do a bunch of tests and you can make a decision for yourself which one you like the best. But what I did was I purchased this generic version from Amazon, and it is from a company called Suitcase, and it is a 6-pack roll of Teflon sheets. So these sheets, they measure 16 by 20, so they're slightly smaller than the bigger ones, but slightly bigger than the Ranger one. And I have to tell you that the gloss on top of this really is getting much closer to the Ranger craft mat. It's not identical, but it is really close to it. Now, I paid for 6 of these sheets, so it came in a roll for 6, and I paid a total of $10.97 shipped. So for 6 for $10.97, that is less than $2 per each one of these. My Ranger craft mat retails for $17.99. You can get it on Amazon for cheaper, but it's still much more expensive than $2. Actually, if I look at Amazon right now, it's running about $12.23, which actually is an amazing price for this craft mat. So if you're interested in just buying the Ranger one, go to Amazon right away because it's on sale for $12.23, which is 32% off. That's fabulous. Now, it is smaller. So this craft mat here comes in a 1-pack, and it is a 15 by 18 inch craft mat. So if we just take our measurement out here, and I measure it by 18, and then this should be 15. Yep. So that's the size of the Ranger craft mat. It is also slightly, barely, but slightly thicker than this generic one by Suitcase. So I did want to let you know there is a slight difference. You can also see this feels a little more starchy. This one's is way more loose than this one. So those are the key differences across the bat. But for $10.97 for 6, for almost $2, I mean, you can't really beat that. So that's why I wanted to share it with you. So this one here again is, let's see, it's running about almost 20 inches, not quite, but 19 and 3/4 of an inch. And then on the width, we have almost 16 inches. So if that is important to you, you can see that. So the point that I'm trying to make is, if you are looking for something that is more affordable than a Ranger craft mat, there are different alternatives for you to try, and this one is my favorite. So let's go ahead and test them out next to each other. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one as I'm no longer recommending this one. And now I am just recommending either the Ranger craft mat or the alternative, and most likely the alternative. So the first thing I thought we would do is a water test, because I think it's important to see if things leak through, because if it leaks through, it's definitely not going to be worth anything. Actually, anything that leaks through is going to go right on to your surface or your Bible, whatever you're trying to protect. It wouldn't really protect it. So the first thing we're going to do is the water test. So when you squirt water on it, it should bead up. And I'm squirting a lot just because I want to make sure. Okay, so it's definitely beading up on both craft mats. Okay, you can actually see that it's beading up more on this new mat, obviously, because this one by Ranger is starting to get a little worn out. It's old. It's probably 2 years old. So let's be fair to everybody that a new mat would be significantly better than an old Ranger craft mat. So I'm not really comparing new to new here. I'm just comparing the brands. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe that up. We're going to go on to our next test, which is going to be the heat test, and we're going to try to melt the mat. So what I'm going to do, after I wipe it clean here, I'm going to place this rag down here, and then I'm going to take a iron, a little mini iron. This is basically, it's for quilting, and you use it to iron little pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to melt the Ranger craft mat by placing it down there. Ouch, that was hot. Don't do that at home. And I'm going to try to melt this mat. Ooh, that's hot. You can even see how good it's doing of an ironing job. That is hot. So I am not melting it with the Clover little tiny iron. Okay. The next test I want to do is the heat tool. This is just a Dari's heat tool. I'm going to try to melt it again using the heat tool. So I'll do it on this one and then on this one. Okay. Nope, that didn't melt, nor did it catch on fire, which is awesome. And for those of you who are a little bit afraid of me potentially burning something down, I do have a spray bottle of water right here. In case something were to go on fire. The last test that I want to do is a test with the ink sprays. So you know, if you've seen any of my Delusions videos, maybe if you're in Momentum or not, how much that Delusions just stains my hand. So anytime I use Delusions, I almost always put gloves on. But yeah, today I'm not going to do that. And I'm hoping I'm not going to get this on my hand. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of my Delusions ink here. And just try to see if it will stain my mat at all. So let's just give it a chance to do its Delusions magic. In fact, I can even pull it over and then just try to smudge it in there somehow. See if it'll come through. It's definitely not coming through, which is awesome. And I'll do the same thing to the Ranger craft mat. You might be asking yourself, why is my Ranger craft mat so dirty? Well, it's because it's been used so often. And after a while, I believe some of the waxiness to the surface starts to degrade over time. And what that then does is it soaks into this almost fabric material that's underneath this waxy surface. So you'll be able to see that in just a minute. So I'm going to take a baby wipe and wipe it up, first from the Ranger and then from the generic or the Zoot case line. Okay, so you can see here in my Ranger craft mat that I did stain it slightly. Okay, you can see, because I really just think it's old, it needs to be replaced. So you can see that I did restain some of it. I'll come in with a little bit of alcohol and we'll see if we can pull that up at all. And then I'm going to take another baby wipe and pull it up off of this one. And now remember, this is new, so it has a really nice new surface to it. So I wouldn't expect it to be soaking through until it gets to be as old and ready as my Ranger one. But the point is, it did not do any staining whatsoever. Okay, So you can see that it does not take the stain. So it's heat resistant, it's water resistant, it's got a really nice smooth slick surface, and it is just a really awesome substitute for the Ranger Craft Mat. Let me come in here and just try to quickly throw some alcohol on here. See if I can't pull up any of that off the Ranger Craft Mat. Because, you know, this is just, what is this? 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I'm just going to try to pull some of it up. And yeah. Now don't write me and tell me that I'm not supposed to use alcohol on the craft mat. I didn't read that in the instructions, so I believe that this is just getting old. And over time, the surface just starts to degrade, which is what things do. So, what is my recommendation? My recommendation is to, if you are budget conscious and you would like to have more craft mats for the least amount of money, I would recommend that you purchase the Zoo Case line, and I will link up for you so that you have the exact one that I recommend. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'm happy to answer them. I hope that this review was helpful to you, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel. I hope you have a fabulous day now. Talk to you soon. Goodbye!